United have their three best players, three of their best players leaving for AFCON, and Mbeumo, Diallo, and Mazraoui. And I think let's together the three of our
right side just deleted.
No, I've known that I've this has been my biggest concern. Is like the
I
whole
forgot
right
about
side is
Mazraoui,
gone.
to be honest.
Yeah,
it's like having bye
or-
weeks in fantasy.
he was already
football.
gone. He was already
I
gone.
know.
I bet
I
he
know.
could have been a very
That's
important
why I
player
forgot.
when they moved Diallo in because Euro wasn't. He looked a little leggy at the end there.
Struggled today. Yeah.
And so, oh man, here we are. I think we should start it with what I saw today, in terms of an adjustment, because when the game moved into the second half, this is what the formation looked like. And where is my friend Martinez?
The butcher.
The butcher, who is still getting up to
Mhm.
form, but this is. There was a couple of different things that they did, but it looked like
Sheshko, right?
this for a little bit. Yep. I'm gonna put
Mbeumo played 90.
He came off early, but for
Extra
Xerxes,
time, right?
same thing.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. That won me my game.
And then C.O.C, which this is a 4-2-3-1. There was also a point in the game where he came off, and then I forgot, was it Xerxes who came? No, there was something before that. Shoot, Shaw came off for.
I'll find it. Shaw came off for Dorgu.
Okay, so it wasn't. It was this was the change
In the 90th minute. No, at one point Shaw was at wing back, or he was getting up there, and Diallo. I thought Diallo was at right center back, and Ahmad was still wing back.
Yeah, so that was what it was. I moved Ahmad out. That was the issue. Yeah. Ahmad came out or stayed in for the whole game, right? Yeah. And then C.O.C wasn't in the game. This is what they played. It was like a really. It was. Like
Cunha was off for passes 61, and then
so it was a 4-back, and that's what he was hinting at the whole time, this whole game. And I think that eventually, with this AFCON thing, it's a perfect time to experiment with it because you've lost your whole right side. So let's just simulate, because they play Villa at the weekend. How does United line up with those guys out?
I think this is the worst game that you could have lost Casemiro for, to be honest.
Yep.
How long's the lift out?
Apparently nobody knows. He doesn't know. It was supposed to be a short-term thing. He's now missed 3 straight games. And
so I have to assume he'll be out.
Was super struggling. The central center back in a back three is just such an important position, and you can't get beat in behind. You can't get beaten behind. Heaven got beaten behind like on all the goals in his own 6.
I've seen it.
I don't think he's that central center back, to be fair.
No, it's being
why are
forced.
You giving the least experienced center back as the central guy that should lead the line? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
The issue is the only other center back that can do it is Euro, and Euro's just as inexperienced in sense of age in that position. So you're just throwing someone in there who you
Euro's
can think...
played European, like he's played high-level footy.
But then you have the left footer on the right side.
High-level footy. I understand that, but I don't know.
And he's inexperienced. Well, you're 2-footed, Mila. You have to give these young kids some grace. They're not built like you. They're not 2-footers like you.
So okay, how do we see United lining up against Villa?
Is C.O.C starting? Yeah, throw him in there.
Take Casemiro out. He's banned. That makes it
shit, dude.
Very difficult. If you want to start Ugarte, the game's
Mount's starting.
Mount's from the start. Starting. Yeah, Mount will start. He's been great.
I think that this is. Where is he?
Dog, this should be a diamond. That should be a diamond. But imagine if you make that a diamond now.
Well, you just lack
Mount
all
at the
depth,
10 and
or
so
width.
then you just lose.
You have Shaw and Diallo as your width. Like, come on. Let's be serious.
Hey, Diallo already holds width all the time.
You don't want them to be your only options for the wide areas, though.
I don't know, man. Like, this is rough.
This is super rough.
For one game.
Shit. For one game, I think
they'll probably just go back to what they know.
Get rid of Ugarte and just try to play basketball game.
My thought on it is okay. So this next game is one of the teams that's underperforming the highest in the league in United, because they have like 33 goals, or they're around the same, but they're expected to get a lot of goals. Yeah. And Villa is on the other side of the spectrum, where their chances haven't been great, but they're scoring at an unreal rate.
Under Bastard FC.
So if it was me and it's United, I think I'm playing something like this. And maybe it's this instead, where you're having Cunha out here and it's Dorgu instead, right? And you're trying to go to something maybe a little more reliable. But if De Ligt's out again, it's been pretty telling when he's been out. But this is,
and Martinez starting is a big ask too. No, I mean he's coming off major knee surgery. I don't know if he can even give you a night.
He's gonna have to.
He gives you an hour.
Maguire's out too, right?
The other thing that you do is you play them together, which to be fair, he did in this match, right? And you play them together in the back too, and maybe that gets the best out of both of them, right? And then you tell Ugarte like this is where United actually get into a back five.
Drop in the possession.
And you know, for the next two games, because you're playing Newcastle and you're playing Aston Villa, this is what you do. And
you got to take one of them out, Dylan.
Right. But the thought process is this. And maybe instead that actually right? And that's really what this will look like out of possession or in possession is this. And you play a five back, but
because it's familiar.
Right. And out of possession, maybe it looks more like this, right? And then you've got these two interacting. And this is where I'm going to have more criticism of Amorim because we all knew AFCON was coming. We all knew this was going to be the situation. What you got. I know what he can do with the new crop of guys. He's proven that he can be one of the best.
I don't know. We already talked about, we've talked about how he has no options already before AFCON, and now we've taken away his three best options, and now we expect him to work with it. And I'm like, I don't know.
It's a pop quiz. Let's see what you got.
And they didn't give him a pencil, though.
No, I guess
that's good. That's good. I think this is when, and this is tough circumstances along with suspensions, injuries. Like now you're missing guys from AFCON. This is really when we'll see kind of his managerial chops in my eyes, right?
I do agree with that, but also
very tough. Let's see what you
when you're working with nothing already, and then
more nothing.
It's like it's just
statistical.
This is why I was saying post January is when I'll judge him because they'll get the new signing.
I'm going to judge him, but maybe I won't be as critical.
No, I know. I'm going to judge United no matter what. Let's be honest. But when it comes to just this manager and the slacky or the shtick he's been getting, like I don't know. I think I'm a little more understanding than most rival fans, and for this to be the time to be like, all right, prove yourself now. We just took away your best offensive outlet this season. The guy that has finally figured it out at right back and is a threat every game. And then your reliable Mazraoui. I don't know how to describe him in like a perfect way. He's just reliable and versatile. But to subtract that and then have De Ligt out, Maguire out, Martinez coming back from injury. Like I'm looking at this right now, Dylan. It's Casemiro, Dorgu, and Xerxes.
So fried.
Those are the most fit options that he has, and that's before we even fill up the lineup, the 11. So also to everyone that was talking about the youth team, he's probably gonna have to bring a couple of them up for the next month. So maybe he was waiting for that too. I don't know. It's interesting to deep. Like this situation. Like you said, they knew this was going to happen.
I think that there's been a plan, and he kind of alluded to the idea that they've been working on a back four for a while. Mm-hmm. It's not something that's been new, and they're doing it in games, the 4-4-2 press, or in this case, it was the 4-2-1-3 or whatever. I think that he has to prove that when he cannot play the system, because he physically cannot play the system as currently constructed. Because like I said, I think it's too defensive if he tries to play it his current way. You're asking to get beat pretty bad. This is where he needs to prove to, I think, everyone that he's willing to change when he absolutely has to. And I have some feeling that he will. And if he doesn't, I'll be upset. But I'm only going to be upset if they don't pick up a result, right? Like if United go in here and they pick up 2 points, let's just say it's 2 draws against Aston Villa and Newcastle, would anybody be mad? No, like if they pick up 3 points in one of the 2 games, would anyone be bad? Probably not. But the pressure of everything that's being considered won't be there, and there'll be this just stupid heightened pressure on him. So, I guess it's just a wait and see kind of situation. And that's what it's been for United. But to end the Amorim point, I don't like looking at last year's and adding it into what he currently has, because last year he was given one player and he was given an awful squad. This season, they're in 6th. They've scored the 2nd most goals in the entire league. And there's been improvement. It's just nobody wants to admit that, because the sour notes so far this season have been very sour. And as a fan, I get there too. But scope out objectively, United have, I think, picked up a result in 13 of 17 or 12 of 16, whatever we're currently at, which, I'm sorry, like, let's look at the other teams that have lost 4 games. It's Chelsea, it's City, and those teams are, and Villa has lost less games, right? So it's really not, it's not as bad as it's being, pictured over.